So welcome to this webinar. It will take another 50 minutes about, so we should be finished in about 50 minutes. Use the chat if you have any questions, and I propose to get started. The purpose of this webinar is to introduce you into the IPMA Global Awards. There are several awards categories that I will be discussing, and I will let you know how you can apply for the various awards. As you can see, it's always a big celebration when we have the winners on stage, and these are the winners from 2023. The celebrations took place in Seville in Spain, and this year, the celebrations will take place in Cape Town in South Africa. You went to see me. So this is me. If you can see me, Vladana asked. So let's move on. Vladana is on the right-hand side, the beautiful lady on the right, and I am, you see me, I see myself twice now. Sorry about that. Thank you so much for joining this webinar. It's very interesting to see. I saw at the registration list that you are representing 14 different countries. And this is what is the interesting part about this global organization, that we have so much interest from all over the world. And some of you have indicated that you are interested in applying for the awards, and it would be great if you want to become a member of this awards group and also apply. My background, just to tell you a little bit, is I have been involved with the Project Excellence Awards for a long time now. I'm one of the Project Excellence Assessment trainers. I was also part of the group that wrote the IPMA Project Excellence Baseline. I work as a consultant in the Netherlands. I'm working on mega projects at the moment, usually in the PMO or the program support offices. And I am director of a knowledge network for it's public sector client organizations responsible for the delivery of large infrastructure projects. So transport infrastructure is my background, and that's what I do most of the week, supporting project teams realizing this type of work. And I'm also involved in the Project Excellence Baseline Professional Training. Now, Vladana is doing most of the work, even though the division on this sheet seems to indicate differently. Vladana Stepanovic is also Project Excellence Baseline Professional certified, and she is responsible for not only supporting the awards, but supporting the IPMA Global Organization in many different ways. So if you have any questions and you contact us through awards.ipma.world, you will contact and get a reaction from Vladana first. But all of this information will be provided in some of the later slides. Some of you, the names I don't recognize, so I think some of you are a little bit new, and I will provide you with some information about IPMA's background. IPMA is the International Project Management Association, and it was founded in 1965. It's actually the global first project management association. And when it started in 1965, it was funnily enough called Internet. We are the only association that focuses on competences and competence development. So we provide role-based certifications in project management areas, and have developed global standards focusing on the competence development of individuals, of projects, project teams, as well as organizations. And we do this through training, certification, meetings, workshops, many different activities, as well as the awards. The Global Awards provides recognition, and organizations and people tell us they enter the awards for different reasons. We organize global events and have not only global events for young project managers, and we call them the young crew. It's a very interesting group of global project managers until the age of 36 who organize separate events, workshops, and competitions. Very interesting. But also we have the global events for the older people. IPMA is actually represented by member associations in 71 countries at the moment, and we are spread across the world. As you can see, there are some still areas that we can still move into, and the executive board is working hard on finding new member associations in different countries. The products and services we provide are various groups. As I said just now, we have the annual World Congress, and this is a yearly event that takes place since the last few years, usually in the fall. There is a separate research conference which takes place in the spring, and this focuses highly on scientific development, research development, and project management related topics. We have special interest groups that might be of interest. For me, the special interest groups, mega projects, is quite interesting. They organize different lectures, and it's online events that you can easily join. And then we have the Young Crew workshops that I just discussed. The global baselines that IPMA has produced are standardizations of what we call baselines. So it's guidance on personal, project, and organizational development. And there are certifications institutions that use these baselines as the basis for their certifications. We are present on social media, and I hope that you were able to find us there. We have the IPMA blog, but also different websites. There's actually a dedicated website for the awards, and I will show you the address for that later. And the awards are represented by the different gold rings that you see there, the different categories, and the individual awards, the Project Excellence Awards, and the Global Research Awards. And we also organize support in terms of coaching of products, as well as IPMA Delta, which is a certification product for organizations. If you look at the global awards categories that are currently in place, then there are 3 main categories in the Project Excellence Awards that uses the Project Excellence baseline as a reference. We differentiate mega-sized, large-sized, and small and medium-sized projects, but it's up to the applicant organization which category they would like to enter. And I'll explain this also a little bit later. In the small and medium-sized projects categories, we distinguish 4 subcategories. One is IT and telecommunications. The other is construction, engineering, and infrastructure. Third is change management, product development, and marketing. And then we have social, regional development, and community service. So it's a host of different areas that we recognize outstanding achievements. Let's see, then we go to the Global Individual Awards. We have the Young Project Manager of the Year Award, the Project Manager of the Year, and the Agile Leader of the Year. And I was talking to Vladana yesterday, and she said there are already applicants, many applicants coming in for this award. So it's a very interesting group to be able to join and to compete in. We will be introducing a new award in this group of individual awards this year, which will be the Yvonne Chopra Award for Diversity and Inclusion. Yvonne Chopra was a very important figure for IPMA, very much involved in diversity and inclusion topics, a professor herself in project management, and a vice president who sadly passed away last year. So in her name, we will be introducing a new award this year. And finally, the Research Awards, we distinguish 4 different categories there. We have the IPMA Young Researcher Award, Research Graduate Research, and Research Lifetime Achievement Award. Now, the Lifetime Achievement Award is not an annual award. It's a nomination-based award that is handed out on basis of the judge's decision. For the Research Awards, we use the research evaluation baseline, or the judges do, I should say, to distinguish which projects or which research deserves a prize. And for the individual awards, we have 2 reference guides. One is the individual competence baseline, which is also used for certification of project managers. And we use the reference guide for agile project management, which you see on the right-hand side of the page. Any questions on this, on the categories that we have? No. Okay, then let me move on. I will explain some of the details of the awards here. Here on the right side, you see a very happy Vladana, 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth person from the right. The Project Excellence Award is the award that has been in place with IPMA for the longest time. We actually celebrated 20 years 2 years ago, and it's been an international competition since 2002. As I said before, we use the reference of the Project Excellence model, which is part of the Project Excellence baseline in the tool. And we use it also to promote excellence in project management. Now, the Project Excellence baseline can be used to implement excellence in your own projects, project organizations, or programs. But we also use the criteria of the Project Excellence model to assess excellence in the applications of this award. There have been over 300 applicants in the past 20 years and representing all types of projects. It's a very interesting group. If you look at the awards categories, how have we divided it? There is a difference between small and medium-sized projects applications and large and mega-sized project applications. So the small, medium-sized project applications is an online process. You submit your application via a link, the tool, it's an application tool, and the judging process also takes place online. All projects are assessed by 3 individual judges, and a chief judge then compiles all the input provided by the judges and decides on the winners. And all the winners will get feedback on what the judges have thought about all of your applications. So that is one of the benefits of entering the IPMA Global Awards. In all categories, you receive feedback, helping you to improve your own processes or your projects. So the small and medium-sized projects, we say it's projects with a budget of up to 50 million euro. At the same time, there are project teams who say we would like to, even though our project size may be small, we would like to apply to a large-sized project category, because that is also a written application process, but a site visit is involved. So an assessor team of 5 will visit your project or project location. They will carry out an assessment, a 3-day site visit of interviewing. And the biggest benefit of this category is that you receive a feedback report after the process. Some organizations use this feedback report as a part of their quality management process, improvement process, and others use it as an internal tool to help professionalize or improve their project management approaches. The categories we distinguish are large, which we say it's up to 200 million euro, and mega, which is more than 200 million. But you should see these as indications, really. We want to be able to have the judges compare similar types of projects to similar types of projects. The large and mega-sized projects application and judging process is a rather extensive process that takes about 3 months. And I will explain the steps a little bit further on in this presentation. The deadlines for applications for the small and medium-sized Project Excellence Awards is 14th of May. So you still have some time. And the application deadline for the larger mega-sized projects is the 9th of May. That's when you hand in or you submit your indication that you're planning to apply. And then you have about 3 weeks to finish your application report. And the application report is what the assessment team will need in order to prepare for the site visit. If you look at the finalists of the past 20 years, we seem to be a little bit Euro centric still at the moment, although most winners have come from China. Now, China has surpassed Italy. Italy used to be the country that had the most winners and the most finalists in the past. And so I would like to challenge you, if you're not from any of these countries, please submit so we can help broaden this picture. The IPMA Global Individual Awards has been in place since 2012. So 10 years later, we introduced this award. And it's based on the individual competence baseline number 4. This is the baseline that is also used for assessment, project management assessment. And the focus of these awards, the judging process is looking for excellence, not only in individual approaches, but also innovation in project management. And in the past 10 years, we've had about over 25 applicants from 20 countries. And here you see some of the winners from last year. Mark Patch is the second person on the left from Australia. He's the one who coordinates the individual awards for IPMA as volunteer. I should say that all of us involved in the awards are volunteers, so we're very happy to have all these very experienced people on board. The IPMA Global Research Awards has been in place since 2006, and it's based on the Research Excellence Baseline. This award scheme also looks for excellence in research, but also innovation in project management research. And they have also had over 25 applicants each year. I think this year, Vladana, you were telling me that there's been a lot of applicants already applying, and that's because their deadline is a little bit earlier. So the research conference will be before the summer, and this is when the winners will be announced. As I said, there are 2 different websites that we think are relevant in terms of the awards. One is the awards.ipma World website, where you not only see information about the awards, but you can also find some project information. If you go to the YouTube site that we have, you can see all the films of the winners, because we ask finalists to submit short films about their projects and their approaches. And that's very interesting to see, to get a feel of what are the winning types of projects actually doing. I've talked a little bit about the global standard, but if you are interested, you can also find these on the IPMA website. You can download these reference guides for free. And if you want a paper version, you have to pay for it. The ICB, the one on the left, is for individuals, and you see the logo of the IPMA certification. Now this is A, B, C, or D certification, and this is for people working in projects, programs, or portfolios. The Project Excellence Baseline is for achieving excellence in projects and programs, not for portfolios, because that's a different kind of activity. And the Research Evaluation Baseline is helping researchers develop research evaluation systems, but it also provides guidance in what is considered to be important in terms of developing research. The OCB, the Organizational Competence Baseline, is a baseline that can help you develop your organization's competence in managing projects, and the assessment that takes place there that you can tender is a IPMA Delta assessment. The IPMA Project Excellence Baseline was published in February 2016, and it includes a revised IPMA Project Excellence model. I saw some familiar names in the list today, and as you know, in 2016, the Project Excellence model, which was introduced in 2002, was updated and totally redesigned. There are different types of Project Excellence Baseline user groups. So there are different groups that use Project Excellence model as guidance in implementing excellence in their organizations. And this can vary from senior management to project and program managers, to heads of project management offices, to knowledge, quality, and process managers. Researchers and educators are also using it as a maturity tool or an inspiration for their own tool development. And of course, the IPMA trainers, assessors, and PE applicants also use it, and as well as the consultant coaches and trainers use it for their own personal product or service development. And in brackets, you see the ICB CCT, which is a certification tool that IPMA provides to certify consultants, coaches, and trainers. The general framework for the Project Excellence model used in the small, medium, large, and mega-sized project awards assessments contains this. The Project Excellence model is based on quality management and is divided into 3 areas: people and purpose, processes and resources, and project results. We see people and purpose as the foundation for excellence. It's the basis that you need to get started and organized. The processes and resources are what you need as reinforcement of excellence, and the proof of excellence in your project or program is provided through your project results. Sounds simple, but when we're assessing the people and purpose area, we look at 3 criteria and 9 sub-criteria. We look at leadership and values. So to what extent are your leaders, not only the project manager, project directors, but the formal and informal leaders in your organizations, role models for excellence? We also look at to what extent you care for your project stakeholders, to what extent are they involved in your project. We look at what you're doing, how it's related to your project objectives, and to what extent are you able to change or adapt to changing circumstances. The criteria, objectives, and strategy, it's all about how you manage your stakeholder needs and how project objectives and strategy are developed and realized throughout your project. If you look at criteria 3, it's all about project team, partners, and suppliers. It's about how their competences are identified and developed. It's how you deal with achievements or empowerment provided in the project team, and how you deal with how you collaborate and communicate with your most important stakeholders. Area B is all about project management process and resources, as well as how you manage other key processes and resources that are important to get your project or program delivered. Now, the areas A and B are based on and assessed in terms of PDCA. It's a continuous improvement circle. So we want to see a continuous improvement loop actually present in your organization. So it's all about planning. To what extent have you been able to plan your methods and approaches and tools that are important in order to get your project goals realized? It's all about what have you done? How were they implemented? And how were they used? Do you evaluate the effectiveness of what you've implemented and the approach that you're taking? And does it lead to improvement areas? Now, this continuous circle of continuous improvement is what we would like to see and what we see in excellent projects and project teams. So when we're assessing the A and B criteria, we look for to what extent is this continuous improvement process implemented in the organization. The last area of the project excellence model, it's all about project results. It's 4 criteria. It's all about customer, project team, and other stakeholder satisfaction. So it's about what do you see, what do you measure, but also what is not measured, but what can be seen. So what are indicators of customer satisfaction or project team satisfaction? And we also look at project results and impact on the environment. So it's to what extent were the project objectives realized in terms of time, money, quality, whatever the targets were that you set for your project or program. It's also to what extent have you realized results beyond these objectives? And it's all about the project performance in total. If we look at interpretation of these areas, we say each area is equally important. So the score actually doesn't matter so much. We're looking for a balance in the scores. So if you're scoring weak on people and purpose, and you're scoring high on processes and resources and a little bit less on project results, this means you're a processes oriented organization. And this means that you're very dependent on leadership, which is a risk for you as an organization. If you are very much focused on people and purpose and not so much of process and resources, this second picture indicates, that means you're probably not very efficient as an organization, and you're probably redesigning or redoing a lot of stuff that's been developed in earlier projects. So your learning is not that high. So in excellent organizations, this is what we would like to see, a balance in the people and purpose, or in the 3 areas of the project excellence model. And that is why we have no weighting in our criteria. Every criterion is equally important. Every area is equally important. And the excellent organizations score a balance in the 3 areas and a relatively high score. So as an example, what do you get if you apply for the Project Excellence Awards in large and mega areas? You will get a report that describes how you score on a 100-point scale in all of these areas, all of the sub-criteria. And also you will be provided input from the assessment team in terms of what they think are strengths, what they think are areas for improvement per criterion. So it's actually a very interesting report that you get. It's about 40 pages, and that provides you with a lot of starting points for your own improvement areas. So why should you apply? There are different reasons that applicants have told us that they apply for the awards. Some say it's for recognition of their team, or their own personal recognition on a global level. But it's also to receive the overview of strengths and improvements, as I said before, from experienced, independent, and international project management professional team. It's also to be able to evaluate your project management competences, and applying and participating in the awards also provides you with a unique opportunity for global networking, because we provide workshops and where you can interact with other finalists, as well as with some of the judges and people responsible for the awards. And also, of course, to get publicity. If you win an award, you will be provided with the logos that you can use in your own marketing materials. And of course, we see online on a yearly basis the proud reactions of winners in social media. So as people have told us, they are applying in order to tell the world and share their experiences with the world about their achievements. It's also an opportunity to celebrate success with your team members, and it's also a way to reward the team. This is one of the mega projects. As you can see, it's a huge photo. It's an old photo, one of the winners that used the awards also to recognize their team. What's also what I talked about before is being able to meet other finalists at the Awards Winners Club. This is a meeting that we organized at the awards, at the Global Congress, sorry. It actually takes place a day before or the morning of the awards gala when the winners are announced. So it's actually a very fun workshop because finalists are invited to attend, and these are finalists in all award categories. It's so interesting because you don't know who the winners are yet. So you want to check out who the competition is. You have an opportunity to meet and discuss experiences. It's always a very fun event that takes place. We provide posters with, as you can see at the top of the page, with a description of the projects, as well as what the judges have provided in terms of what they think are strengths and or areas for improvement. What we did with the workshop this past year is we handed out heart stars and thumbs up. It was a way of people to get to know each other. They were supposed to write down their names also on the post-it, so not everyone did that, but it's a fun way to get to meet each other. And on the slides, we've provided you with some of the logos of organizations that participated in the past few years. Some of the winners have told us that actually going through the application and assessment process, especially in the large and a mega-sized application where you have a site visit and you have interviews with the assessment team, has provided them with a lot of benefits. Just not only having to think about what did we do and why did we do it this way, but having a discussion with the international experts that are part of the assessment team provides, it's like you can see it as a community that you're sharing experiences, because the assessors are also very much involved in realizing projects, project management experiences. So it's a very interesting way of exchanging experiences and knowledge from different contexts, different backgrounds, maybe different countries. And as you saw the group of people that were at the Winners Club before, what's so interesting is that you think that a project manager of a small or medium-sized project, water project, for example, in Nepal, from a Finnish organization, has a total different perspective than maybe the realization of an oil and gas plant somewhere in Asia. But when these people get together, their common language is project management. And even though their contexts are very different and the project is very different, the challenges are very similar. And that makes it so interesting to discuss. And that might provide you with some inspiration for your own projects. So people have told us not only it's interesting to talk to other project managers, but it helps them also to learn a lot. This photo is from the awards gala in Amersfoort in 2022. So again, a lot of happy people on stage. And what have people said? One of the reasons to enter the competition, and the Republic of Kazakhstan has provided several finalists over the past years. They're very active, I should say, in applying. It's helped their organizations gain more orders because of the international recognition they have received. And not only being able to exchange experiences, but also to use the exchange of experience as a benchmark to what they were doing themselves has helped them as an organization. One of the Young Researcher Award winners said for her, it was very interesting to be able to interact and start and create a network of top researchers and practitioners that is helping her in her own scientific world. So it's helping her to develop professionally as well. And the Project Manager of the Year 2020 from Hungary, she said it helped also her to not only broaden her knowledge, but also provided some networking opportunities. So she was also very happy to receive the Bronze Award. So if you're interested, how do you apply? The process here, I will go through rather quickly, and you can find more information on the website, as I said before. If you're applying for a Project Excellence Award, you need to define a project. If you're applying for a large or mega-sized project award, the project needs to be finished because we need to be able to assess the results. Yes, you can also submit a project phase of a mega project or a program, but it needs to have a start and an end, so to say, so you can assess the results that are achieved. Area C of the Project Excellence Model. We suggest that you train the team, or at least the people that are writing the assessment report, and that is so they can understand the model and they understand what the judges and the assessment team will be looking for. It's not a secret. So it's a very transparent process, and we invite you to attend the 3-day training if you're thinking about submitting an application, because it really helps you help the assessment team to understand your project, the challenges, and also the results achieved. The assessment team is actually not the group who decides the winners, because the assessment team looks at one project in a specific category. The judges are able to make the comparison, and they look at the whole. After the training, you have some time to write your application report. And the website will provide you guidance on how and what information you need to provide. And it's a very important part of the process because this is the information that the assessment team needs in order to be able to understand the project. Now, the assessors are only allowed to ask questions about the information that you provide in the application report. So if you don't, for example, write anything about risk management, then the assessment team is not allowed to ask you, do you actually have a process in place for this? So it's important that you take time to do this well. If you are considered to be a finalist, then you will be contacted by the awards office and you will be informed of this and will be asked to organize the site visit where the assessment team comes for a 3-day interview. And that will be your opportunity to show the project or the project criteria and provide information and answers to some of the questions that the assessment team has. Now, this whole process is only for the large and the mega-sized project categories. After in September, the awards winners will be announced, and in I think, and the end of September, the gala will take place. Sorry, I think the announcement's actually a little bit sooner, but I'll show you that later. And just to help you recognize what the application process looks like, if you go to the awards website and here you see awards.ipma.world, this is the page that you will see, and you will be given, you can look at the small and medium-sized projects or one of the other ones. This is the awards button at the top that will provide you input for the different awards. Now we're just going to go through the small and the medium-sized application as an example. Instructions will be provided for you, so it makes it very easy for you to apply. It will provide you with a download. So this is a download where you get some additional information to help you understand what you need to do. The deadline is, of course, noted here, 14th of May, as I said before. And this is the button that you will need to push in order to submit your information. In order to register, you need to fill in a registration form and log in. This is what that site looks like. And then this is what the applications platform actually looks like. So you have a lot of buttons, and you will need to have a look at all the buttons to help you submit your application report. On the left, you have the category that you want to submit in, and you also select the subcategory that you want to submit in. Now, the online process, we have created this for several reasons. One is to get better quality applications, but also to help you as applicants, to make it easier for you to go through the application process. We also have a differentiated application fee, and that depends on where you're living, but I'll talk about that a little bit later. Once you fill in the, once you fill in the application, you can summarize the project, and this is what it looks like. The platform will provide you with instructions. So here it says no more than 100 words. So it should guide you through the information that the judges or the assessors need. Again, if you have any questions about this, please ask the awards officer, that's Vladana. We have 4 categories per awards, 4 awards levels per awards category. There will be a gold winner, a silver winner, bronze winner, and there are finalists. Now, as far as we are concerned, if you are already nominated as a finalist, you're already a winner. But of course, I understand the competition. Everyone wants to achieve gold, of course. Sometimes the judges may decide that the level of the finalists is not enough to provide a gold award, and then only a silver or bronze are handed out. But that is something that is up to the judges. So what are the most important steps in the large and mega-sized project applications and dates that you need to remember? Before we send this to you, we'll take out the spelling mistake. I see November spelled wrong, but you are starting now. You're already taking part in the webinar. The application deadline is the 9th of May. Again, this is for large and mega-sized projects. The application report needs to be finished by the 31st of May. 9 to 12th of September, the site visit will take place. And this is the same for everybody. That's why we already announced this date. So applicants, but also the assessment teams, not the teams because we don't know who the teams are yet, but the assessors can, and the judges reserve these dates in their diaries. The awards gala will take place on the 29th of November. And you will receive the feedback report, the assessment report, no later than the 15th of December. You might, probably you'll receive it sooner, but this is a hard deadline for us. In September, also the announcement of the finalists will be done. Now in March, so next month, there will be 2 training organized, 3-day training. I will show you that and those dates a little bit later on. For the small and medium-sized projects, the process is the same. So you start with the webinar, which you're doing now. You may participate in a training also if you like to. The application online date is the 14th of May. Step in this process is that you, in the last week of June, interviews will be organized with the judges or the assessors that are judging your application. And this is a new step that we're introducing in the process this year. We experimented with it last year and we thought it was very good. So instead of only the online application process, there will be a short interview also with you. On the 8th of July, you will receive a notification about the judge's decision, whether you're a finalist or not. And for you also, the awards gala will take place on the 29th of November, and the feedback report will be provided to you no later than the 15th of December. Now, if you look at the application fee costs, this is a very large photo, and I propose you look at that in your own time. But for small, medium-sized projects, the application fee is €600, and for social, regional development, community service applications is 300. Large-sized and mega-sized project applications is €4,000, and this is excluding the fee of the assessor team, travel and sustenance. All finalists in each category will be offered a World Congress ticket as well as gala tickets. So in the small and medium-sized category, you will receive 1 ticket, and in the large and mega-sized categories, you will receive 2 tickets for the gala, and all of you will receive entry into the IPMA Awards Winners Clubs. So there are several benefits of entering these application costs and becoming a finalist. The detailed schedule is provided here for you. So it provides you with the dates also in what you as an applicant need to remember. It also provides you with what the assessors are doing and the awards PMO. So this is the support for the IPMA awards. For the small and medium awards and for the large and mega, 3 training are being organized. 1 has already taken place in China. There will be 1 in a few weeks in Germany, and there will be a project excellence assessment training in Cape Town in South Africa at the end of March. And you can still apply for the Germany and the South Africa training. For the large and the mega-sized project categories, there is a new column added because we differentiate between the assessors and the judges. Now, I'm not going to go through all of this. I suggest you take a look at this when you get the presentation at home. Individual awards, they have a different type of schedule, also ending at the awards gala on the 29th of November in South Africa. And these are some of the award winners from last year. So we have the winners in the Project Excellence Awards. we have the winners in the individual awards, and we have the winners in the research awards. So a very diverse group of people. Oh, sorry. Oh, can I not go back? I would like to remind you, if you are interested in the IPMA research, in April, there will be a research conference, and this is where also the research awards gala will take place. And there's also the topic of this conference will be or is project management in the age of artificial intelligence. And at the end of the year, when the awards gala will take place, this will be the 33rd World Congress taking place in Cape Town, hosted by the city of Cape Town and its partners. And the gala will take place on November 29th. And I'm not sure yet when the awards winners club will take place. We are actually discussing that at the moment, but you will be informed of that in due time. So the last slide for you is join us if you like. And let me see, are there any questions? Sorry. Vladana says I need to go back because I skipped something. I did. It passed on. I need to show you also where the assessment trainings are. So the IPMA Project Excellence Assessment Training, 14th to the 16th of March in Munich, and the 25th to the 27th of March in Cape Town, South Africa. You're most welcome to join us. We have very good trainers for each of the groups. Oh, that's very strange because I am one of the trainers. So sorry, I didn't mean to say it like that, but it'll be very interesting to take part in these trainings. So my question to you, do you have any questions? Oh, sorry, go back. I don't know why my screen is jumping like this. Okay, here. Any of you have any questions? I know that it's a lot of information and we went rather quickly, but I would like to say, if you have any questions, let us know. We also provide webinars. So if you would like some of this information provided to you in company, that's also possible. Just let the Vladana know and we can organize it for you. So exactly on time. Any questions? Any comments? Are you still there? No? Okay, well, thank you so much for joining us, and I very much look forward to meeting you at the Winners Club or in some other capacity. Thank you so much for joining us today, and we look forward to your applications. Bye-bye.